Money isn't the problem for some of these people. I've spoken of the penchant of, for instance, rich people. We'll just look at the rich people aspect. They're not alone in being rapists. Yah has said since I was doing the sodomy ritual in 2022, mid 2022, and he said, Celestial, the reason that I'm showing you these things that they do, which are now being corroborated, having poop parties, eating poop, using poop as designer to rub on each other, making victims eat it, urinating on people, urinating in their mouth. Now, that was a startling part of R. Kelly's case, only for the Lord to say, no, R. Kelly isn't alone. It's actually a fetish that they do. And what did the Lord say? He said the reason that they have cage fighting, private cage fighting, they find hobos off the street, they offer them a place to stay, they feed them, they train them in boxing, because eventually at the end of the month, those hobos don't know that they haven't found wealthy benefactors. They don't know that they're going to be brought to a private cage fight at a rich people party, and they will be made to fight each other, sometimes with brass knuckles or whatever, until one of them dies. It's not a fight until one person's jaw is disfigured and he falls to the ground and he says, I tap out. No, you fight until you die. And then sometimes afterwards, the winner will be told to fight Dobermans or something. And he says the reason for this is because excessive wealth creates ennui. It's a form of high, expensive, high-minded boredom. It's when you've done it all. Yah says when you've flown all the flights, you've eaten all the caviar, you've had all the mile-high sex that you can possibly have, you've bought this and you've bought that, you've bought all tangible things which are allowed to be bought. You start to get bored, and then you want to own something that you shouldn't. You want to own a Cambodian baby. Then when you buy the Cambodian baby, then you raise it as your own and you treat it like a little pet and you walk around with it and call it my celebrity child. Then the celebrity child grows up and talks about all the abuse that they were going through later. Yah says that the rich are plagued by ennui. They want higher things. They want to be surprised. That's because when people do pervert, sick things, their internal nerves, their spiritual nervous system gets burnt out. It gets seared. The Bible calls it having a conscience that has been seared. Now you don't care about eating babies. Now you don't care about sodomizing babies. Now you don't care about some of the things I've talked about here and that I can now bring out freely in these videos once I finally brought myself to say it. That they cook children here in fecal matter and urine. They cook them, newborns, they cook them, and then consume the child. And you know that meat takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it in. So chew on that, America. That happens while you're sitting around here and crowing over election results. This is where God is taking me, to the very base and foundation of this nation. Why? Because when the base and the foundation of this nation has been investigated and put on tape for you to hear, after that comes a final burning out of Revelation 18, and no election or anything else is going to overturn that. The facts will always be the facts on this channel. God is coming for America, and absolutely nothing she does will save her from the judgment that is being rightly and righteously laid upon our sorry necks.